AMSOIL, the first in synthetics.
We are in one of the flagship classes for the manufacturers. This is Rough Trail. And this is where it all comes down to what handles the best in big bumps. And let me tell you, we found a rock polisher here, Fish.
But you know what? We got 4 terrific sleds for doing just this. We got the Yamaha FX Nitro RTX. It's got the killer shocks. We got last year's winner right here, the Skidoo XRS 800 E-Tech. We got Polaris's 800 Pro R with the Walker Evans shocks, sweet. And we got Arctic Cat. They put a new twist to it. It's called their RR 1100. We're gonna find out how sweet that can be too, Paulie.
We're gonna find out here because we got some expert evaluators with us here too. We have Kelly, we have Paul, and they're gonna get a real treat because in the past we always get great footage for Rough Trail, but we've truly found the rock polisher here and these guys are gonna have a test.
Our guest riders try to hold on as they evaluate the big bump sled.
Well, we just got done riding the trails, Rough Trail. What do you think, Kelly?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Bumpy.
It is rough. This is as rough as it gets. What do you think?
It was rough.
That was a true test right there. I mean, those bumps were so close, so they weren't symmetrical. They're all different spacing. They were off camera. They weren't straight. They weren't square. They were just sending it left, right. It's everything you do to hang on.
You know, Kelly, from beating yourself up and down here, what one was most friendly to you?
I'd have to say the Skidoo. I think it was a little more smooth and I could control it just a little bit better.
Well, if you can control it better, then you aren't going fast enough. I couldn't control any of them. No, I could control them, but I was right on the edge on all of them. For me, it was a toss-up. I was tossed between the Polaris and the Skidoo. Either one, I could pin it and go wide open through on either one.
Either of them, you could skip across the top. Some of the other ones, the Cat and the Yamaha. But you know what? I do kind of blame that 4-stroke. It was nice to double them and accelerate that way, but I was a lot more wore out riding the 4-strokes through stuff like this, where the 2-strokes are lighter.
Yeah, I found the same thing. You know, the Skidoo and the Polaris, I was able to pin it, skip over the top. The 4-strokes, especially the Yamaha, found it was a lot easier to double them.
The group narrowed it down to 2 sleds, but there can only be one winner. Kelly chose the Skidoo XRS 800 as her favorite, while the others had a different opinion.
The really big all day, if that's all we were gonna do, the XRS Skidoo really shined in the deepest, ruddiest, nastiest moguls. The Rush Pro R was so close to that, but on the rest of the trail, just for me, the Polaris, I think worked a little better, so I'm gonna give the nod to the Polaris.
You know, I guess for the sleds, if I was going to go buy a 4-stroke sled, I would lean towards that Yamaha because I felt like I could jump it, I could put it where I wanted, almost kind of my dirt bike. Now the 2-strokes, I did feel I could go faster. That Skidoo with the arm motion was killer. The Polaris, this is the best Rush I've rode to date. I do have to give it to the Rush though. It was a little more forgiving in the trails getting there. The XRS was a little harsh on some of the small stutter bumps where the Polaris wasn't. Of course, shock changes maybe could have been made, but all in all, that Polaris, I felt really confident at high speeds in the bumps.
You know, I narrowed it down to 2 and I had a hard time because I had to go back and forth. I got off the Skidoo, got on the Polaris, got on the Polaris Rush, got on the Skidoo XRS. I mean, I really had a hard time. I got to the point where we were tweaking the suspension, just trying to get it exactly right. And I felt for me, the Polaris Rush went through the little stutter bumps a little bit better and the power lines extremely well. Felt like I'm more in tune with the snowmobile on the Polaris Rush.
The Sledhead 24/7 Best-in-Class Rough Trail Snowmobile for 2013 is the Polaris 800 Rush Pro R. Still ahead, which mountain sled is king of the hill? Stay tuned.